Now I'm at $105,000
Ooh.
fun on 4 cards so far. All all that was in within March. And that's all within March, but yeah, so
What's up, John? What it do? We are here.
yeah,
Man, what's happening, man? What's happening?
I'm good. Everything's good.
Yeah. I always have to
Getting funded.
reintroduce. What'd you
Getting,
say?
I said getting funded.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. That's what we came to see. So, as always, I do have a few questions for you just to see, if this is a real thing or not, and just to see your experiences. I love getting feedback so I can improve what we're doing over here at BCU. So let's get straight to it. I always like starting out here. So just introduce yourself. You could say what you do and where did you first find me at, if you remember.
My name is John Gardner, and I own and operate a doggy daycare business with my wife. And I found you on Instagram. Found you on Instagram. Reached out, DM'd you, um, and then we got on a call, and then think yeah, that's how we started. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's solid. That's solid. So from Instagram, so sometimes people get a little weary about that, and I get it, but hey, social media is, well, I would say a free tool for marketing, but not for guys like me where we spending tens of thousands of dollars in marketing. But it's a good platform so we can reach people. But sometimes people take that as like I'm only on Instagram. But no, you found me here on Instagram. Well, not here on Instagram, but you found me on Instagram, so that's cool. That's cool. So I want to ask this. You did mention you said getting funded. So did you get funded and how much have you been funded so far, if you remember?
Yeah, we've been getting funded. Right now I'm at $105,000
Ooh.
fun on 4 cards so far. All all that was in within March. And that's all within March, but yeah, so yeah.
Dope. Dang. So that's just straight in March. So over 100K.
Over a
That's
hundred, still going. We're still working. I'm still working with Sam. Doing a few more things, so it looks like it's gonna be a little higher. Yeah, we'll get some more funding. Yeah, so but I'm satisfied. I was really 100 was fine with me, but if we can get more, the more the better. So
yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. So man, and I want to take it back a little bit too, because like you said, that was just in March.
yeah,
But when we first met, we did have some things we wanted to tweak just to make sure we were going to hit the numbers we wanted to hit. And what I really like about this, I want to give you your props for this because we were communicating just essentially via text. Like you hadn't signed on yet, you hadn't made no monetary commitment. Let's just say how it is. You hadn't paid anything yet. And we were still going back and forth. We were talking about, different things we could do to kind of tweak things. And you follow through with everything. There's a lot of times where I'll have someone on, and I'm like, okay, I want you to apply for this credit limit increase, or I want you to pay down this card or something like that, or something of that nature, and they just don't do it like at all. But literally everything, I was like, hey, bro, I looked at everything. I want you to do this, this, and this. You was like, okay, bet. You didn't say too much. You was just like, all right. And then you came back, hey, bro, I did this. What you want me to do next? I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, okay, okay. I see he gonna be one of them. All right, let's do this. Boom. Came back, and then we started on from there. So I have to give you your props for that. But how was that process like? I mean, at that point, what were you thinking? Like when we very first got started, and I had those like few things I wanted to do. Like, were you thinking like, I don't know, this dude just gotta give me random stuff to do, or what were you thinking at that point?
man, I actually reached out because like the videos that we're doing now, right? Or
Uh huh.
where it was a test. I saw a bunch of testimonies on people
Uh-huh.
funded, and you know, just off that, I gravitated towards you, and I kind of, I for the most part, I trusted the process. I knew, and then in the beginning, I think you were just, and the reason I was on it was because I mean the things you were asking me to do was so easy. It's not like you were asking me to do anything. You're
Yeah.
telling me to just, make one payment and then, hey, go in the app and ask for a credit increase, which took 8 seconds. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because the process was great, and a lot of it. Thank you, I appreciate you because it didn't cost me anything. Like you got my credit score raised from a 730 to a 810 of just what, for free. You know what I mean? So I hope people need to know that too. Is like, hey, you raised my credit score like 60, 70 points just off free advice. You know what I mean? Which which prepared me to apply for the funding. You know what I mean? And then you guys followed through with that. The funding part was also so easy. You know what I mean? There's not much to it. You know what I mean? The instructions you guys are given are so easy. So the whole process has been easy as shit, to be honest with you. Easy, and I'm telling a few people about it, that I'm close to. They're trying to scale their business, and I tell them, man, he's legit. Here are the cards. It's like I got 50K on this card, you know what I mean? I got
Yeah.
this card, you know what I mean? No interest, you know what I mean? Like 12 months, you can't beat that, you know what I mean? So it's been um very easy. That's been the surprising part. It's like usually when you go to try to unlock, access 6 figures worth of capital, it's usually like, you're going through through the loops. But nah, this was like pretty straightforward, easy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I appreciate you guys for that, man. For real. Yeah.
No, I appreciate you, man. That's dope, man. I love to hear. I promise I do. On my end, like a lot of you guys, of course, you would know this is just how it works in a business, especially in the service-based business. There's so many different things going on in the back end. Like to get it to the point where it's this easy is many, 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 many hours that I've spent trying to systemize things to make it as simple for everyone as possible. You know what I mean? For the clients and for us as the funding coaches, like to be able to direct you and make it like boom, 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 just as simple as possible. So I appreciate that. Like it lets me know that all the things that I'm doing on the back end is actually working. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. And man, that's dope though, man. Especially for it to be easy. I mean, like you said, normally when you getting this much funding, it's like it's an arm and a leg that has to be pulled. But um you made it easy too. So you said it is easy. It's not a lot to do, but you'd be surprised. Like a lot of people just don't follow through on some of the other things. But we've been talking about easy, so let's flip it. What would you say has been a challenge so far? Like what has been the biggest challenge so far as working with us?
Uh, I wouldn't say it was a challenge. It
Mhm.
just, it takes like the process of like going for the credit increase, right? You before I even signed on, right? Like you
Uh-huh.
go request credit increases. And it's like if there was any issue, it's like it takes a month for that to go through, right? Like you gotta
Yeah. To report.
and you have to wait for that to reflect on your report. But that was really the only part is like just sitting here waiting for that to reflect, waiting here a whole month for that to reflect. But there weren't any challenges. It's easy because of the system. Just to go into detail, like with the once you sign on, you go into the Circle app, and
Yes, sir.
like going into details, the system that you have is for all your members or clients, or it's great. You know what I mean? So yeah, Circle makes it easy. The team you have, like whoever's watching this is like, they, I don't know if they know this, but you have a team behind you too. You know what I mean? It's not just you. So that
Yes, sir.
got a strong team, um, getting helping us get funded. So yeah.
Appreciate that too. That also means a lot to me as well because yeah, the everyone on the team is locked in, and being able to select people to work with you and everything is also something else that takes a lot. It's not as easy to have someone that, can actually buy into the dream and be able to execute. So that's also dope too, that you feel that way as well. Now, out of all the things you did talk about the system and everything, anything else that you feel like helped you the most as far as like into this point where you got funded?
What helped me the most? Um,
It doesn't have to be anything new or anything crazy. Like it can literally be something you already said. Just wanted to see if there's anything else you felt like helped you the most out of everything you already mentioned or something else.
um, I mean, it was all helpful, but I mean, just getting funded, for what I'm trying to do is like that, what I mean? So like, it's just the overall fact that I'm getting funded to do, to try to reach my goal. I mean, that's what's helped, I guess. Yeah, for sure. It's helping me with my journey, the bigger picture. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Which we can talk about now if you want to. Like depends. It's on you. If you want to talk about what you'll be using the funding for, we can talk about that right now.
Yeah, we could talk about it. So I mentioned earlier that I own and operate a doggy daycare with my wife. So our dream has always been to build our own doggy daycare. Um, so a couple years ago, we bought a piece of land here in Chicago, and we got with an architect, and the architect was able to design our dream doggy daycare, but also we were able to also put 8 apartments on top. So
Woo.
we're gonna do a ground up new construction doggy daycare with 8 units above. Um, Permit already in hand. So now we're just at the financing part of it. We have a deal on the table, and we have to show about 300,000 in reserves in our bank account. So this is going to help with that, right? So now we can take this, liquidate it, put it in the account, and then the rest of it we can raise. But that's just 100,000 that less that we have to raise. So yeah, so hopefully the goal is to and what's beautiful about the business credit is it doesn't show on your personal report. So now
Um,
I go and leverage my assets to get the rest of the money for the deal. That's another plus about doing this. It does not show on your personal report. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. We'll try to break ground. We should get the rest of that couple weeks and break ground on that project hopefully by the end of the month, and it's completed and by next August. And the goal is to be able to continue to develop in the community, um, and hopefully we can continue to work together and access more business funding for the next deals. So it's not a one-time thing. Looking forward to working with you guys again in the near future for sure. Yep.
Man, that's so dope, man. That's why I wanted, because I know that, but that's why I wanted you to say it because it's just amazing to hear, man. And I always say that it's not just about the business funding, which is, that's why I'm here. That's what I do, right? But I like to see what you guys are doing with the money and how it's impacting everything. And just hearing you say, like, you and your wife's dream has been able to have your own center for the doggy daycare business. And now, this is just one step closer to making it happen. It's coming up soon. That's amazing to me. I love it, bro. I love it. Um, you've pretty much already answered this question, so I'm not going to hold you too much longer. But what would you say to someone that's like on the fence with working with us? Like, what would you tell them?
Oh, I'm trying to push them your way for sure. If you have a plan in mind, detailed plan in mind, and you need and money is the issue, take the risk and bet on yourself and scale whatever you're trying to do. Yeah. I mean, if you're scared, if you're on the fence, it's because you just don't want to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's why it's nothing to get as much funding because I know I'm gonna do right with it. But I have a plan. Have a plan. Don't just go get no. Just don't just get funding if you don't got nothing that you're gonna do with it. So yeah, for sure, definitely have a plan if you're trying to access funding. But if you do, go get it.
Absolutely. I love that you highlighted having a plan. I'm definitely trying to only attract people that have a plan because I'm not interested in getting you 100K so you can go buy Louis bags or whatever designer people wearing or go take frivolous trips or whatever. It's not associated with business at all for no reason. So, yeah, man, you should have a plan 100%. Okay, bro. Man, you the man. You the man with the plan. So I appreciate you, bro, taking some time, and we're gonna talk for a few seconds here about your next steps coming up and everything. And I appreciate it. Let's get it.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.